Welcome to the dungeon. We are here with you. The stuff that goes on pre stream intro things, bits and all that kind of stuff. Yes, voicemails are terrible. If you like voicemails, I'll fight you over it. It's a waste. They should disable that feature completely.
We will be doing tonight's entire stream just in text.
Yes. Yeah, because evidently text is better. So if you just watch the side, we're going to be typing all our comments out and RP on the side, and then we're just going to be staring at you into the camera. Right. You see how silly that sounds? Anyways, welcome to the dungeon. We've had an exciting week. I think a lot of us have been out and among the people. Quentin, you were out, right? Like you went somewhere.
Oh yeah, I was out. I was, far from home, and then Ohio, and almost hit a deer.
Ooh, not good.
Yeah,
several deer actually.
At least they're small in Ohio.
No, this is a buck.
Yeah,
that was a decent sized one.
Growing up in Indiana, like all deer look small to me. Outside of Indiana had big freaking deer.
I can understand that
because all they eat is corn all the time. They're massive. But and Aj, you've been out and about doing your normal thing, right? That's
just been traveling the countryside, trying to spend time with the family until they get bored of me, and then I go back to the countryside.
Right. And Justinian, you came down for the Ren Fair again, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, this guy, like, I applaud your dedication to go to the Ren Fair multiple times. How bad was the traffic? Not bad?
Well, I did not go on Saturday because it was supposedly so bad that they had to turn cars away.
Oh,
Yep. No, thank you. So I just got up early Sunday, hit it early, and then I stayed in the tents away from the crowds as much as possible.
Wow. And in its defense, it is a really good Ren Fair. It is excellent. Like, it's basically a medieval city that's built there all the time. Like, it's not chintzy at all.
Top 5 in the United States.
Yeah, but there is a certain tolerance level that you just cannot deal with to just freaking get there. Like, it's...
Well, between that, them not having any kind of phone service.
Yeah.
Always out there.
Yeah. Oh, good luck. Good luck meeting up with somebody. Like, me and Michael go out there, and I'll text him, and he'll get it in like 3 hours, and he'll be like, "Man, I tried to get on." It's really. They need to put a tower like on the property or something, because like they got to do something, or they need public Wi-Fi or something, because it's really good. They hold like international legit jousting tournaments there. Like, people from Australia come in to joust. Like,
wow, that's from Australia?
Yeah, it's not like a show. They're legitimately jousting.
They have the actual Highland Games there too for Ohio. Yeah.
It's because the Australians practice with the wildlife. I mean, they've got it
right, because everything wants to kill them.
Yeah,
including emus. So you had a busy weekend. Bishop, you were out and about too. You hung out with us. You'd have been out with us more if I was a better friend, but I'm terrible.
It's all right. Saturday, I ended up emptying my entire garage, organizing. So now I can park 2 vehicles in that garage.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, yeah, it was busy.
But I have to ask, are the Halloween decorations out already?
No, I thought about it. I pulled everything out, and I'm like, normally I put my stuff out mid-September, but things have been happening lately, so I wasn't able to do that. And I'm just like, I'm not putting them out just for 2 weeks later to bring them right back in.
No, you can leave them out till Christmas. It's okay.
I can feel the judgment and disappointment radiating out of the screen from Fletcher.
He does a lot bigger setup than I do. Yeah, he does good. I've got my projector set up going, so the people driving by can see the ghosts and things. I love that. But the wife is putting out the normal decorations now. In fact, we just got the tub out, so we're a little behind, just a smidge behind on that too.
So on the subject of Halloween, I have to admit I have not seen the Terrifier movies yet, or Terror.
Oh my god! Yeah. So Terrifier,
so I can slap you.
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing: is so like I realized that I'm hopping on the train kind of late for that franchise.
So was
like, I have no idea like where to start.
Just Terrifier 1. Don't technically his first appearances in All Hallows Eve. That is a terrible movie.
That's a terrible movie.
It's not even the same guy who plays Terrifier. So start at Terrifier 1, go to Terrifier 2. Terrifier 1 is just a gore fest. Don't expect there to be a lot of plot. But the story's not bad, and the effects are fantastic. The second one, they turned it up to 11. Decent story.
Too long, but
good story. Always leaving you with the like, what's really going on here feeling. But these are both crowdfunded movies. So, and the budgets keep getting bigger because people love them. But very disturbing films. If you're not a fan of gore, do not watch them.
Oh, jeez.
The first
one.
Them?
Yeah,
because the first one, there were things I was
back to like slasher.
Yeah, there are parts in this, and I don't even have to say it. Once you've watched it, you're like, I know what you're talking about. There is a particular part in that movie where I'm like, even me, I'm like, that's screwed up on a lot of levels. So,
and you have no morals.
Yeah, right. And there's Fanboy Tone. Speaking of no morals, and Marzin, you were up, you were out in nature again, right?
Yep, I was up on a ridgeline in 10-degree weather, in a cloud, getting hailed on, and rain for 12 hours straight. It was amazing. It was so much fun.
That sounds terrible. I was not in the rain. I was visited by the Ghost of Trolling Future and Ghost of Trolling Past, half-ass beer review and Fanboy Tone this weekend, as we did the quest to 450 North Corn Maze. And those videos will be going up soon as he gets those done. We had a great time. We visited Third Eye, of course. Not 17 times like any other times, but the first is up on YouTube now. There you go. Thank you. So give that a watch. And then we went to New Wales, got to talk to the brewer and everything. We actually, as our beer of the week this week, put that up on the screen. So we're sitting at Third Eye. Third Eye just won a bunch of awards, including like best brewery and all this stuff. And they came over. They've gotten to know us because we're there every time they come down. And they came over to the table and they said, we want to let you guys try our what we're calling our award-winning flight, and it's all the beer that they won awards for recently. They brought us all one over, and they're all based on their higher purpose, which is like the first one there on the left there. And then so it was higher purpose, Gourd Darn It, which gotta love that name. The Mounds of Importance, which we had before, which Half-Ass Beer Review has a review of us doing that one. It tastes like a Mounds candy bar. It is excellent. And then the last one is a chai tea latte thing. I can't remember what it was called. So those were excellent. And then we met up with Mike at New Wales and tried some of the beer there. So we had a good time. The Corn Maze, I'll pop this up. I loaded this up here. This was the event map here. They let us in, and then each color had all these breweries in it. They gave you a glass, and they said, go have fun. I have never seen so many people walk into a cornfield, men and women, to take a pee, because the bathrooms were pretty far away. And it was hilarious. We had a good time. The people were great.
How do you think the corn ends up yellow?
Oh, it was yellow. It was yellow. The first guy we saw, like I understand like walking into the cornfield a bit. You're going to be camouflage after, a few feet.
Yeah.
He walked one row in and just let it fly. We're like, what are you doing?
Live your best life.
Yeah.
The sex offenders list was filled to the brim that very day.
We are pretty sure there were people that woke up the next day out in that cornfield somewhere because there was a lot of people. It was a great time. So yeah, it was well worth the trip. I'd love to do it again. I don't know. I think I got Jeremy convinced to come down for it. I don't know. And Mike, we got to get you there too.
I mean, I'd probably come down for it.
Well, I got to know about it, more than 2 days prior.
A bad friend. We've established this.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I see it posted as it's happening. And I'm like, man, that looks like so much fun.
We will do better communicating next time. Yeah, Draston sucks. It's true. There's no... But as I was telling you guys before this, shout out to Florida, man. Florida was representing. They had a lot of breweries from Florida up, and they were there to make a statement, and they did. Youngblood, what's this one? Pontoon, that was out of Georgia. So, some of those breweries were just out of this world. So those guys did great. Yeah, we'll see you at the next place. Invasive Species was out of Florida as well. Tactical as well. Yeah, we saw a lot of stuff, and there's no way you could get a sample from each one. There's too many. You'd be dead because your blood would be like 80% alcohol by that time. Yeah.
Was there some of them that said "Made by Florida Men"?
That'd be great.
Florida, yeah.
There were some pretty fantastic names to the beer as well, and they were all pretty fun. But check out Half-Ass Beer Review as that content's going to be going up. You'll get to see all the fun activities that went on and the bits that went on because there were plenty. And then
we got to figure out what, because I know Lebanon has one. Of course,
do they?
it's on it's a much smaller scale. It's that state fair that they got. So I know they usually do one. Of course, Cincinnati does theirs. The Schuster Center one I sent you.
Yeah,
that's new. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, we got to look more into detail at that. I haven't looked at that really yet. Essence of grater with a hint of bath salts and just a sprinkle of meth.
Is that an Ohio brewery?
Made in Middletown.
Remember, I said made in Middletown. Or if you are Half-Ass Beer Review and Fanboy Tone, they call it Middleton, and it just grinds me.
I mean, is it spelled Ton or TOWN?
No, it is TOWN.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
they're just being But speaking of Fanboy Tone, Banter and Babbles this week, they are back in person at 9 p.m. on Wednesday. They're going to have a special guest, Rohit Raju from Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, AEW, all that. I'm not a wrestling guy, so I'm just throwing these names out there. I think I'm close. Yeah, you don't want to miss that. I get the privilege of getting to talk to Rohit all the time. Big Star Wars fan. We have a lot of deep discussions, so that's going to be a great show. Don't want to miss that.
What I saw a synopsis of like the Anakin and Ashoka. It made me want to go watch like Clone Wars and Rebels and then watch Ashoka so I can kind of see how that goes. It's interesting.
Minus a few episodes because there's some Jar Jar Binks episodes.
Ooh.
Clone Wars is not a kid's show. Like it was written very well. It has very deep storylines and helped fix the prequels for a lot of people, including myself. Mike, you've seen it, right? You've been through it?
All except for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah. And that says a lot because there's a lot of episodes. Also, Rebels is another one that's fantastic, and Bad Batch as well. All those kind of line up with the Ahsoka show.
What's Bad Batch? Is that about the clones?
There was a group of clones that were like experimented on. They called them the Bad Batch, and it was like where they were testing like increasing strength or agility or reflexes, that kind of stuff. So they didn't come out so well, so they just called them the Bad Batch, put them in a group, and sent them out to war. Very American. So
I got to run out to the car real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but quickly, I just want to shout out to Mod Brew. I missed you last week. I saw the name and I was like, I know that name, and it just wasn't processing. They stream D&D in the mornings. They're from Australia. Great stream. Crit and Miss is their name. I like to check them out. Usually have them up as often as I can, so check out Mod Brew. Malfuz, which is our musical artist that we sent some links for last week, and thank you for the follow, Gaming Jacane, which I think I know who that is. Now that I look at it, so thanks for the follow. Always appreciate people stopping by, and a shout out to our very own Mr. Lathis from our community who does a great job of promoting us in other Discords and things. We're going to get him in here for a guest appearance one of these times for sure. So we're glad to have all those supporters around here. Lastly, but not least, I'm really not trying to delay, but we just had a lot happen this weekend. It's time. You know what time it is? Midland Mall Comic Con is going to be here before we know. We are already there. I mean, it's October and it's going to be coming up here in March, so it's time to start prepping for it. March 2nd and 3rd, 2024. That's going to be showing up before we know it. Like, summer's gone. If anything, like, I was at Kings Island Friday night, we all were, and it got freaking cold in like 30 minutes there. Yeah. Winter is here to bite us. So we are going to be there. We are going to try to be theming the theme this year is Ghostbusters. So we're going to be theming like a haunted D&D one-shot sessions. So you're going to want to stop by for that. And I believe this year we're actually going to have an additional table. Is that right, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jeff's going to be running an extra table, specializing in any kids that want to come play and learn how to play the game. And another table, if you've been to the show, you know how busy we get. Another table is going to be awesome. So we're gonna fill up fast, I think. So we are excited to go back there, and you get to meet a lot of us in person if you've never met us. Gwenton's going to be there for sure. Bishop, Justinian, myself, our respective wives, and we're going to set up a automated TV with a live stream of Marsland and Oz, and they're just going to kind of walk around the mall.
Can you get a cardboard cutout of me?
I mean, it's 2023. We can.
Okay.
No, we're gonna set it up like Sheldon Cooper's little robot when he didn't want to leave his house.
Yeah.
So
Ask me about D&D.
Yeah. So it's gonna be great. We're gonna have some neat stuff for sale this year. We're going to have some giveaways, and we're gonna have our giveaway contest again, raffle or whatever. So. I think we're calling it a raffle this year. Raffle. Rabble. All right. I think that is everything. Whew. That was a lot. So you guys got anything? Oh, I'm missing like the biggest thing. I want to welcome to our team Justinian as an official part of the Seven Dungeons crew. So, some of you know he was here as a guest slot. We like to trial folks and things, see how well they gel with the group and all that. And he endured our abuse for a few weeks here. So
and the initiation with the goat.
Yeah.
You said you weren't going to tell anybody about that.
I
tell everybody about the goat.
I mean, this is D&D. I mean, there's got to be a goat.
But we are glad to have you. I think you're a fantastic addition to the team. And after reading through our 35 pages of expectations, he said yes. So we're going.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean,
you whittled it down to 35 pages?
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to streamline it. I'm
surprised you didn't do like voice to text or whatever it was. You just didn't do a big voice message and make him listen to it.
Oddly enough, like there was like 12 pages that was Marsland's notes that was just completely scratched through.
Yeah, it's true.
By the way, everybody watching, this camera is going to be fixed. I've already ordered it, but
I
won't arrive until tomorrow.
Wondering what was going on there.
He's doing a scanlines effect. Yeah. I can send you my 1990s VHS camera that I used to use as a webcam.
Yeah, it's a fairly new laptop, Mike, or a laptop, so that's kind of disappointing, but nothing you can do about it. So,
yeah, so we are glad to have you. It's official. It's in the books. I don't have his token done. I don't have the. There's some logistic stuff we still got to get done that'll take some time, but we'll get that in there.
And I got to order new shirts.
We do need some shirts. You know what, Mike? We should have done a shirt for Halloween. It's too late now, but for the future.
Can we do one for Christmas where it's the rest of the party decorating Bishop as the Christmas tree?
That'd be pretty
throw
great
tinsel over him.
Just dropping the ball. No, it just everything that happens behind the scenes in the channel is like a treant. It takes a long time to do it. So,
and I was doing artwork for a certain somebody already.
Well, shout out to Dougal with that little piece of art of Oz. That was really good. That was
cool.
If you haven't seen some of the fan art, hop on over to our Discord and check that out. She does a fantastic job. That one was good. And a lot of times if you hop over there through the week, she's live streaming her drawing stuff. So like check it out. Mm-hmm. It's wow. On that note, let's get into the dungeon.
We just do that quick. How am I supposed to read that?
You have to get on the YouTube.
I gotta pause it? Yeah.
Wait, this stuff goes on YouTube?
Yeah. Did you make note of the UI? Did anyone say anything about the UI? With the death counter? Did I miss it when
I didn't say that. I brought it up to you guys. The skull you see on your screen, that's how many days have transpired for the crew. If you were here last week, good way to segue into the thing. Last week, let's get some music going.
I was worried about the number that would be on there. It might get too big. You might have to shrink the font. But then I'm like, wait, it's only going to go to 35, and then we die.
Well, everybody but Bishop dies.
Yeah, what about Bishop?
He's going to be fine.
It's that urinary tract infection, guys.
So
the best part is I already have my backup character picked out. It's just Crow. I'm just going to hop right into Crow and keep going.
last week the party was summoned from their home after a restful sleep to speak with Drisk and Drusilla at the academy. It was here that they learned that they had contracted Marin's Kiss, the plague they've been trying to heal for several months or whatever. Except for Bishop, who can't get sick. Taking this knowledge, Oz, in a mild rage, we could say mild rage, gets up and leaves and makes a deal with the devil, per se, as he approaches Colton Frost and negotiates air travel for them to find the components to the cure to cure themselves and the others of the island. As the party returns and informs Gwenton of this devastating news, knowing Gwenton lost his own brother to this exact same plague, Oz bursts in through the door, and that's where we begin this evening.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? I'm gonna come over there and I'll just start ringing crow's bells.
I believe we were all in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where you guys were. That's why.
What are you doing? We're right here. Calm down. Are you blind?
Oh, there you are. Sorry, I was looking up when I should have been looking forward. So, hello. Any more news after I departed?
Not really.
Fine. Well, Quentin, how are you holding up?
I mean, about as good as you can be for everything that's going on right now. But at least I have a map sorted out now for where we need to go.
Justinian, I see you're still here, and you have been informed?
Yes. Are any of these ingredients time sensitive to get, like, over the other?
They are all equally difficult to acquire, from what we've gathered. Cinderbloom probably being the worst of them all. Well, I have managed to secure us transportation to get to these destinations faster, in the hopes of beating the clock, if you'd say.
Did you get us horses, a boat?
Yes, I have secured us an airboat, an airship, by none other than Colton Frost. It was surprisingly easy to ask and request. He was just very happy to see me yet again. And
that does
happy
not seem
to help.
Logical after our last encounter.
Did you say Colton Frost?
I did.
Who's Colton Frost?
He's the one that's been recruiting people for a training of sorts in towns, across this island.
Hold on, out of character.
Yeah.
Would he know, since he's from Smyrna?
Yeah, well, you Justin, you would know who Colton Frost is. So, like, for you, this is the guy that, like, throws a festival once a year. It's a big to-do down at the docks. He's got this flying airship. He gives away stuff all the time. He's a pretty popular guy in the world of, like, entertainment for you. Not something you were ever interested in, but a lot of people are.
Okay.
So, yes, that Colton Frost. He is my uncle, and he's been searching for me for quite a while.
Is he also the one that gave you that tree on your head?
I'm sorry, the what?
You have, like, a tree painted across the front of your face.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're referring to. I mean, there may be some dirt, I suppose. I may have gotten some dirt on my face, but I'm not.
How shiny is my shield?
I was gonna say I take a cloth out and like clean off a piece of my arm, my shell, and I move up to him.
Tell me what you see.
Just like holds up his chest. Yeah, I'm gonna look in there, and so
that was not there when you left the academy.
Does everybody know what it looks like? Apparently, I mean, it's a tree.
It's not just a tree. When you were down in Smyrna, so Justinian, this would affect you as well. The advertisement for Colton Frost's event had a particular tree symbol on it, and that's what the tree looks like.
Oh, okay.
And I see that when I look into Bishop's polished armor.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it appears I've been branded like some sort of cattle. Well, he doesn't want me to leave again. That's for sure.
What does it mean to be branded?
Well, as you can see, it's what they do to cattle. It's pretty evident that I am a member of Colton Frost.
It has something to do with ownership, property.
Yes, you've nailed it right on the head.
I know what a typical branding is, but never seen a branding like that on someone's head. Did you get a hot piece of iron stamped on your forehead?
There's a lot you can do with magic. I'm not sure if you're aware, but this particular brand has bound me to him, that I will fulfill my obligation.
How did you convince him to give us a ride on that ship?
I simply talked to him. And that's all he was really looking for, was just to know that I was well. Very strange that I've been running for so many months. And
can I insight check this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
22.
Jesus.
Okay, so how does that work when it's another player?
Oh.
You're trying to?
So you know that I'm trying to hide. I'm not trying. I'm trying to hide it, not trying to tell the whole truth about it.
Here, let me say this.
Of course.
This seems too simple. It seems like you aren't saying something.
Of course. There's a lot of conversations. It's been quite a while since we last saw each other at the academy. So many conversations occurred.
It seems you are deflecting again. I thought we were past that.
Colton asked for something, didn't he?
Yes. My duty. He does not wish for me to leave. Ever again.
Leave where?
His company.
Is Colton with us right now?
Marston, you're making this more difficult than it really needs to be.
Hello, friends. No.
He just pops up behind me.
Honestly, I was thinking he was talking from the tree. Kind of like the whole, dragon that
that'd be
can
cool.
speak to.
So yes, securing this airship came at a great cost, and I'd rather not dwell on it, because you all don't know the cost, but I do.
What happens if you betray this agreement?
I die.
Oh, we are right back to where we began. You are going to die anyway.
So I die if I break this accord, or I die if I didn't go to him to begin with, because there was no chance we were going to secure those herbs in the time frame that we have allotted to us.
No, not as long as we kept letting Marsland drive the cart.
I don't know if you're trying to make a joke or you're just being Bishop, but thank you for that.
Stating a fact.
Riding horses was never something that we had to do back in Rashan. Everything was quite nearby.
Well, now that we have that little bit behind us, we have passage, and they are ready to leave as soon as we are.
Well, knowing that we are on a deadline, I suggest we move as quickly as possible. I do not have anything left in this city that needs taking care of.
Neither do I. And can I make a suggestion that we go find Gefnol first? Because we already have some hawkweed. And we know that the Gefnol and hawkweed is used to help slow it down.
Does that involve water?
It does indeed involve tossing Bishop into water.
So be it. Destination, then? Just large bodies of water?
I can think of one off the top of my head.
One that's not too far from here.
Except for the wildlife you need to dodge. I'm sure it'd be fine.
I do understand the concept of fishing. Am I supposed to be the bait?
No, it's not that you're the bait, it's that you don't have to breathe underwater. And we don't know how deep down this might be.
Fair enough.
Unless Marsden over here knows some magic spell that allows people to breathe underwater. I do not know of anything.
Well, in keeping with the color of my skin, I can hold my breath for a rather long time, but no, I can't help anybody else out.
What about going to the potion shop and maybe getting some potions to breathe underwater? Is that a thing that exists?
It could be. There's only really one way to find out.
Do we have the gold for it?
I am not an alchemist. I do not know. I simply just drink potions that are handed to me and hope for the best.
Famous last words.
Almost.
I suggest we go and get whatever we think we need.
From the maps that I've studied of this island, do I know of any other bodies of fresh water?
No.
Other than sick.
There's probably a really good chance we passed a bunch of this stuff swimming up in that lake.
Yeah, Bishop probably cleaned it out of his suit.
I suggest we get going.
Well, we should. Does anyone know what it looks like? Or are we just going to be pulling every bit of vegetation from around a lake until somebody identifies it?
It looks like seaweed.
It's orangish purple.
That when the flowers bloom, they're orangish purple. Orangish purple.
It's good. Good point.
When do they bloom?
I think they bloom anytime. We weren't told anything about exactly when they may bloom.
They bloom when we find them.
Well,
can I use why can't I think of the spell right now? It's a sending spell. Yeah, it's literally it's sending. Can I use sending on Drusilla? Ask her if she has any ways to breathe underwater.
Yeah, you sure can.
Is this going to say the first thing we're going for is Gefnal? Do you have any ways for us to breathe underwater?
Oh, Drusilla. Cool.
Can I speak with your manager?
You're going to go all the way up that food chain. You're not even going to go to Drisk. Just go directly to Drusilla.
If you can't answer my question, can I speak to the queen? And if she won't answer, can I go to God?
She did say we could reach out right to her.
Yeah, go for it.
I did.
What did you say?
Oh, we're going after Gefnal first. Do you have anything to help us breathe underwater?
Okay.
And this is Gwenton.
And this is Quentin. I love it.
Oh, I wasn't expecting a message from you. I believe a potion exists to do that, but I don't know. That's it.
You said she can be more concise than that shit. Okay.
I was not happy with my ketchup.
Well, Justinian, I can confirm that there's at least a potion for that.
Okay, so we know that we need some way to breathe underwater. Is there any other special equipment that we're going to need for any of these other stops that you know of right off the rip that we need to get?
Justinian should check his sliding piece of paper at the table, which is also called Signal.
Well, as far as Nightshade goes, we just need it to be nighttime. And then we can just go around the Spirit Forest, which is just, north of us. Hawkweed is just in a mountainous regions, so it doesn't seem like there's anything special needed for that. Please hold while we read.
Cinderbloom.
So, Quentin, that thing that you just did where you talked to Drusilla, can you do that with people you've never met before?
Does sending actually say anything?
What do you mean? Is it like a boop boop boop? You're getting a message from Quentin.
No, it is. Okay, no, I'm. When you use a sending spell, is it you're speaking the words you're saying, or you're thinking the words you're saying?
Speaking.
I thought it was all
Okay.
Oh.
Technically, since I guess out of the blue said we're going after Gefnal, do you have any way breathing underwater? Would he know who I'm even talking to?
You said this is Quentin.
Yeah, but I never said this is Drusilla.
No, you didn't. Let me see. It is verbal. So the spell is verbal. So I'm gonna say
I saw that.
Yeah.
So I can understand if he was asking why was I talking to myself.
Yeah, you do. You do have to be familiar with the creature.
Oh, sorry. I knew that. I was questioning whether Justinian knew what I did based on just my actions.
Okay. So I would say he heard you saying something to someone, but doesn't know who you were talking to.
Okay. So I do know an alchemist back in Smyrna that we could go and talk to that would probably have those potions of water breathing.
Smyrna?
Well, there is a alchemist here we could at least check with first.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the lake is not Lake Sandalwood, if I remember right, since I don't have the map up, is not too far from Smyrna, especially not with a flying ship. So that would not be a problem either way.
Yeah, so let's go check with the alchemist here, and if he's got them, great. If not, we can take the ship to Smyrna and start there for the water breathing potions.
What time of day is it?
It's evening. You guys have spent all day doing things.
Yeah. So I would say first thing in the morning, let's head off to. Oh God, my notes. Notes. Locations.
The Alchemist.
Oh God, no! You guys can get a slightly dripping yourself. I'm not going.
Oh, what? What's wrong with the alchemist here?
So Justinian,
nasty.
So Justinian, you know Bob at the shop slightly dripping. He's a plasmoid, so you didn't work with him a lot, but you're definitely aware of him.
Right.
So that's what you know. So
right. Okay.
This is Quentin freaking out about that.
Okay.
But no, we can go to either Lucky Lester's concoctions or the bubbling pot first thing in the morning, and then head off to the ship. I believe Marsland is very familiar.
A little bit.
About Lucky Lester's, right? So I always confuse which one tried buying Bishop.
Oh,
Neither.
No, neither of those.
Leisure Suit Larry? What?
Now that's a video game I have played.
Now, where is Newborough versus West Shards versus Ship?
Let me scroll out here. West Shards is all of this stuff on the west.
Okay, so number 5.
Yep. Newborough is this purple color here, like in the center.
So is that 1?
Yep.
And then Ship is in like 2?
2.
The what? The ship?
The ship.
The ship is in Silver Docks, which is 3. This small area down here.
Okay. So I would say we should go to Lucky Lester's, and then we're right next to the ship that way.
Sounds like a plan. Do we have individual quarters on the ship, or do we share quarters?
There will be enough room.
Fair enough.
All right.
And we shall rest, wake, and get going.
All right. So do you all turn in for the evening?
Yep.
Guess so.
I'll pass through. Oz, you doing anything?
Nope.
Are you going down with Crow, or are you staying in your
I'll
room?
go into my own room.
Okay. Quentin, you doing anything?
Nothing major. Just
Marsland, reading until you fall asleep to a book?
As always.
Bishop, anything with Bren or anything?
Nope. I mean, I'll go up and see if she needs help with anything, but
yeah. She's doing her normal thing. And Justinian, anything?
I am going to try to pray to Fernandez.
Okay. What do you want to say?
I am not very good at prayer, as I've never much found the need for it. Your sword has found its way to me. What would you have me do with it?
Okay. You don't hear anything. Nothing back.
the gods are at war.
Okay. Well, I will just kind of meditate with my sword for a bit and then call it a night.
Okay. You all fall into a peaceful, quiet rest. Nothing particular tonight to keep you awake, and about midway through your rest, Justinian, you're kind of awoken in your room, and you look around and you see the shadow of a figure in your room. It stands about 3 times larger than you, though it doesn't seem to run into the ceiling of the home. It's almost like the ceiling has been extended north or up to accommodate the size. Human-like, and bright golden glowing eyes emitting from this shadowy figure. They step forward. So you are the one who now wields my blade. The voice echoes around the room. He steps forward, and as he does, bits of like little balls of light, almost like fireflies, emit from each step, illuminating, and you see this human-looking person wearing the skin of a bear and scales of a black dragon running down them. They've got pretty massive belt and loincloth and deep boots, and you see massive antlers sprouting from their head, and on his hilt is a broken blade. Sorry to disturb you from your slumber. Do you not speak?
I do. I just I don't know what to say. I've never experienced anything like this before. And are you Fernandez?
I am Ferrandus. But close enough. And he kind of squats down a bit to get more toward your level. He's still massive. And you're just staring into his eyes are glowing bright enough to even illuminate your face. How did you come about finding my blade?
I was asked to protect it by someone with a similar appearance to both you and I promised him I would protect it.
What a daunting gift that my last pupil gave you. Do you understand what it means to wield this blade?
I just know that it's given me a sense of power and a sense of justice that I didn't think that I could instill in the world before.
Yes, my power will flow through this blade. And as you seek to make it whole again, I will continue to grant you power until I have my seat back with the gods, if they'll even have me now.
Are you a just god?
Of course. I serve Sylvanus of the trees.
Then it will be my honor to serve you, as long as you will have me as your servant.
I will, and as long as you hold up those laws of good and righteous, my power shall be imparted to you through the blade. Are those that travel with you good people?
I believe that they are better than they allow themselves to believe themselves to be.
I believe we must expedite the search for these pieces of my blade, as something is wrong with the gods. Even I myself have not heard from Sylvanus in quite some time. At least not since the burning of the eastern forest. But you will feel my power. Feel free to use it. And I will be keeping an eye on you.
Thank you for this incredible gift.
Don't squander it. And with that, he stands up, and you see his feet just start fading into like vines that are creeping along the walls. And the further he backs up against the wall, it's just like ivy that starts spreading across the room. And by the time the eyes dim and the room grows dark again, you can see the faint outline of just leaves lining the inside of your room. And for after a few moments, it just looks like a thin line of this glowing blue magic just traces all the veins of the leaves and just gives the room like a soft blue glow. It's comforting to you. What do you want to do?
I am going to try to drift back to sleep.
All right. You rest. Morning comes. Oz, Bishop, you wake up first. Anything you want to do, or
wait down in the foyer or the just wait down in the foyer. Sit out on the front porch since I don't need to hide anymore.
Okay. Bishop?
Hearing him move around, I'll go down there.
Okay. You see him as you're coming downstairs. You see him just kind of open the door and plop down on the front step outside.
I'll step into the doorway.
It's like clockwork, isn't it? I wake up, you wake up, and everybody else. Then we go about our day, whatever that day may be. What is the purpose, Bishop? I suppose cure the plague. But what is next? What is next? Yes.
Well, I would say, in most cases, find what makes you happy and do that.
Well, sometimes that's just not possible.
Yes.
We're just continuing to do the duty of someone else's or some other terrible event, or we're preparing for whatever may come. There is no doing what we want. Sometimes we just want to be left alone.
I understand that your dilemma is different than most humanoids I have encountered.
Well, I suppose. But we're here. We're going to go traveling around this island.
What?
Trying to cure ourselves before we die. And then what?
It seems your next step would be how to get out of your contract.
I'll brush my hand on the tree tattoo. Bishop, I don't think there's any getting out of this.
You escaped that life once on your own.
Yes.
Now you have friends.
True. Friends means More is at stake. No mistakes, Bishop. There's too much at stake.
From the little you have described and what I have seen from our encounters with these Frostweavers, can one person really have that much control over a mass of people?
That training is performed in the manner it is performed for a reason. They want to do his bidding.
That is interesting. I serve no one.
No.
Even when I did, Gaz gave me the foresight to make my own decisions. Look around you now. My brethren no longer exist, to my knowledge. That
Yes.
is what happens when one is being followed blindly.
But you exist. And you can do whatever you want, apparently. You don't.
That was also a gift granted only to me.
It must be nice.
Do you think if Gaz had been able to add this programming or sentience to some of the others, would they be in the situation I am in now? Well, out of my time. If I had not been damaged, I could still be buried in rubble. That
Appears
could
we're
be
doing
another
somebody's
200.
bidding.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bishop. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Just thoughts. I have been quiet as of late. After Gaz's passing, it was nice to see how happy he was that I had survived. And though I have new family, new friends, I am still a bit lonely, as I know that everyone I knew in the past, I no longer will see or spend any time with.
Yes, I understand. But you're here. Why?
Could be fate. Could be something the gods did before leaving.
It's almost like we're serving them without intentionally serving them.
Well, as I never believed in a higher power like that before, I have seen things since I have been put back together. What were the chances I was to meet all of you just by coming here to talk to the academy and church?
Yes. Someone's pulling strings somewhere. It's not me.
Knowing what you know and what Gaz has explained about the other creations, Do you now see why I choose not to kill if I don't need to?
No.
Shame. Maybe
No.
at some point. A talk for another time.
I suppose. Well, we've got a lot to do, Bishop. In a short amount of time.
I would agree.
You realize there's probably going to come a time where you will be doing the running around because we will be incapacitated.
I will do everything I possibly can for as long as I possibly can.
Oh. Yes. To save everybody. Yes. Well, let's hope that this will pass and we will be free of it. Of the disease, at least.
And at some length, we know certain people have been involved in the creation of this plague. There is nothing telling us that Frost didn't play his part as well. We must keep that in our minds as he has worked closely with the people that have.
I lived with that man for many years and I still don't understand him.
Sometimes the madness stays hidden. He seems to be searching for his army.
Yeah.
A lot like the Shadowsparks did.
Well, I don't agree with his methods. That's for sure. I'll continue stabbing the dirt in front of the house, with the butt end of the halberd. No, I don't care for them at all. Well, I say we rouse everybody and get this day started.
I would agree. Just remember, we get up a lot earlier than the rest of them. If you need anybody to talk to, I promise I will keep my judgments silent. And I'll turn around and walk in the house.
I didn't know that you could lie, Bishop. Well,
I surprise myself sometimes.
Well, I'm ready. If we're going to go looking for means to go swimming underwater or whatever, then I suppose have we told Brenna anything?
I'm not even there anymore.
Yeah.
Now I'll look behind me.
He's gone.
I'm talking to myself. Well,
you're not exactly sure what the last thing he heard was.
I'll continue stabbing the dirt.
Okay.
Yeah, I go farther into the lobby and start doing what I was going to do the night before and start ringing the bells.
Okay. The rest of you, with your passive perceptions, hear the bells. Do you all wake up and come out there?
I'm waking up with a jolt and coming out of the door very quickly. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's getting in here?
And you just see Bishop there, and he's just one finger, and he just ding, and then as soon as it gets close to being done, ding, just keeps hitting it.
Is there a problem, Bishop?
We have a long day ahead of us. It is time.
A knock on the door would have done just as well. With this, I think that
Probably.
somebody's trying to break in.
You are probably right, but this gets everyone's attention.
You have my attention, that is for sure.
Where's Crow with her little dagger, like trying to stab whoever's breaking in? You know what I mean? Like,
Quentin, you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're just coming out there,
Yeah, basically.
and then Justinian.
so I cast Disguise Self on myself because I hear the alarm going off that Crow.
Okay.
Yep. So I very quickly pop Disguise Self to make myself look like Justinian and grab my sword, come running out in my bedclothes, like sword in one hand, shield the other. And I see that it's Bishop, and I'm like, damn it. And I just walk back into my room and slam the door.
Okay.
Start getting dressed. I was trying to think about it, and like literally, like my character knows that bell is supposed to mean that someone's breaking into the house. So,
oh yeah.
So I go put the makeup on, get my armor on, my bag ready, all that good stuff.
All right.
Because I know we're supposed to be leaving the house.
After a few moments, you come out. All right. Where are y'all headed?
Marslin, is there a bronze brazier in the library that I could cast a spell in real quick?
A what?
A bronze brazier?
Is there? Is there?
Probably not in the house.
Okay. All right, then I'll try at the alchemist shop. They'll probably have it.
Shall we get headed over there then?
Absolutely. So the plan is to go straight from the alchemist shop to the ship, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So, yep, I pack up all my worldly possessions and take them with me.
AFK for a sec.
All right. All right. You all travel down to the shop. You're familiar with going there. Actually, it's up here. Let me get my stuff. You step inside Lucky Lester's concoctions. You see Lester Lullaby there, who you've seen before. It's a halfling with bright red hair and golden eyes. Why, hello, and welcome back, my friends. You've brought a new customer.
Hello.
What can Lucky Lester do for you today?
We are looking for potions of water breathing.
Ah, potions of water breathing. Fancy a dive into our great oceans, do you?
Yeah. Planning on doing some, I think it's freshwater, right? Marslin, we're doing some freshwater diving.
Yes, freshwater only right now.
Yep.
Works perfect for those. I hope I do have a stock of those. How many would you like?
How long do they last?
I wouldn't ask that.
I think it's an hour, isn't it?
I think that is correct. But let me confirm. 1 hour. Yep.
How much do they cost?
I would love to let you have them for the low price of 250 gold pieces each.
Sorry, I could have sworn you just said 250 gold pieces each. I must have some. My ears are not the best.
I could have sworn he said that too, and he had to be talking about for all 5 of us.
Yes, that must have been for all 5 of them, right?
Well, these aren't just brewed. This isn't some swill put together by some ogre in a shop across town, or minotaur for that matter. This is Lucky Lester's. Only the purest of ingredients are used to produce the most accurate
I don't have
spells.
time for this. Thank you for your time, and I'm going to wait outside.
Do you have less pure?
And mar my name? I'm afraid not.
Do you know who sells less pure?
Why would I send an attempted profitability anywhere else when you can get the best in town right here? And he holds one up, and you see this clearish green liquid. It's bubbling slightly, and it looks like there's like a little jellyfish inside of it.
Because we simply are not going to pay that. That is absolutely absurd. I don't know what kind of riches do you think that we are made of in order to pay 250 gold for that.
Well, it does last quite some time.
An hour? I would not consider that quite some time.
Would you be willing to trade for one of them?
Well, what do you have? You've piqued my interest.
I would be willing to cast a spell into a ring of spell storing or into a scroll for you in exchange for it.
I'm afraid I have no use for that. There might be others in town that do.
Are you sure? I've got a spell that not a whole lot of users can cast.
I'm sure. It doesn't fit into my alchemical supplies.
Fair enough. I had to at least try.
Do you have any sort of business relationship with the Academy?
I have worked with him before.
This is kind of business related to the Academy. Could we direct this charge to them?
Roll a persuasion check.
I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Right, I'm just gonna lift up the back of Marzelin's skirt a little bit to see just how big those balls
Is
are.
that a zero?
Like...
Did you just pull a zero? Is that the first zero ever? Like,
Oh.
I didn't know a zero is possible.
It is when you have a -1.
Yep.
A
And you
natural
got
one.
-1, and yep.
With a -1, a zero.
Do I persuade him?
He's so flabbergasted we can steal 10 and run.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
this is working.
I'm afraid. I'm not sure I entirely believe that you have any association with the Academy at all.
But I have a tattoo.
So do I.
And then Marzelin's just going to tuck his head and walk out of the store in pure embarrassment.
Well, that leaves.
I'm taking it. It was 250 for one potion.
Yes.
Yes.
I put the 250 on the table.
Okay.
What?
Well, I see that someone knows how to deal, and he sets the potion up there. Was that all you needed? Just one?
Unfortunately, we probably could have used more, but funds have been tied up.
I do have more.
Yes, but at that price.
I might be able to part at a lower rate if you can guarantee me to bring some alchemical supplies. Might you have something that would be helpful and valuable?
I personally do not have anything on my person.
You're going for Gefnol, Hawkweed, Cinderbloom. Can you use any of that stuff?
Cinderbloom, you say? If you could bring me, say, 10 Cinderbloom, I could happily part with these at a much lower, negotiated rate. Now, mind you, if you don't return them within some kind of expedited time, you know, a few weeks, perhaps.
5 weeks.
I would be forced to let some kind of legal ramifications happen. Something under the theft clause.
What if we made you a promise for not necessarily an amount, but half of whatever we yield?
No.
No?
We're wasting time. Just hear
You're
Oz
out there
in the
stabbing
front porch.
dirt, Oz.
Yeah, he has no idea. It's like, we're wasting time.
Is it a deal?
Hang on.
If you can bring me 10 Cinderbloom, I could part with these potions for, say, 100 gold apiece.
So, out of character, are Cinderblooms easy enough to find where they're at that we can definitely get
Right.
him 10?
That's my issue, is if we only find 13 Cinderblooms and we owe him 10, one of us isn't getting a cure.
That's
no.
You're thinking you're being selfish there, Justinian.
Oh.
We need to bring as many as we can. So if we have 100 and we give him 50. But yeah, I was gonna ping you, but asking's faster.
Right. You yourselves don't know how hard they are, how plentiful they are. None of that.
Okay. Well, we can do 10 on the premise that we bring back more than that, depending on how hard they are to get to. Because we are trying to find these to give to the Academy to make a cure for Merit's Kiss.
Well, let's say whatever you're short, you have to pay their value in gold.
What is the value of a Cinderbloom?
All right.
Sufficient.
Sufficient. I'm gonna need a number price on this.
If you don't think I don't have this, you're silly. I actually do. Just have to find.
Be well organized if you're still looking.
Or he was gonna roll a D100 and take that as the value.
My alchemical herbal supply list is separated by seasons and when they grow.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Damn.
It's 12 pages.
Jesus.
Just have to find it.
He has them. He was expecting one to ask.
I'll ask Larry while he's looking for the prices on this if he happens to have a brass brazier that I could use, that I could rent.
Rent?
Yeah, I'm just trying to cast one spell in it, so.
I'll have to find that for you.
The cinder bloom or the brass brazier?
Yeah, we'll say he has a brass brazier while I'm... Nice if there was a way to search.
I'll agree to it as long as it's not like a cinder bloom is worth like 100 gold per bloom, and he wants 1,000 of the $1,000 worth, and we need to pay him like 700 if we only give him 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I found it because I think I renamed it.
If you renamed it, should we update our notes so that way next time it's easier for you?
No, I'll mark it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well, isn't a flower something that has its own individual value to the holder?
I mean, it is, but if one cinder bloom is worth, let's say, the cost of one full potion, that's a drastically different amount.
Well, I am taking a risk that you'll come back at all, and then I'm out a significant amount of gold and supplies.
You're not out any gold if you're not paying us anything.
At
worst, you're temporarily out of some material.
How many were you planning on buying?
I imagine only just like enough for everyone to take it once or twice. Not even twice, probably just once will do.
Once? For how many of you?
Bishop already bought one. Bishop doesn't need one, so that's...
Well, hang on there. If
Okay.
we're getting it for 100 apiece, Bishop should have just bought 2.5 technically. Because I'm going to count that.
Yes, that can be part of the deal.
So if you say one for everybody, and we won't tell him that, Bishop doesn't need one. So we have one spare for somebody to take. It would be 5, so it would be 500 gold total. And that is what? 1250, so 750 gold difference.
We only needed 4.
I know we only need 4.
So you're getting 5? You would get 5?
Just in what do you guys think? Get 5 just in case we need one. Someone needs one. Going down there. Or you think we can find
I say stick with 1 apiece.
Okay, so just before then.
So I'm taking a risk worth 600 gold pieces, and I don't venture that I'd like to do that, because you could never come back. You could die.
I mean, we could always die. But something tells me that the value that you're putting on the cinder blooms means they're probably going to be worth the investment. And the risk that we bring them back.
They're worthwhile.
I will pull out of my bag my release papers of good standing with the Smyrna City Guard, and I will hand them to him, and I'm like, here is my papers for my release from the guard in good standing. You now have a lead to one of us, should we not come back as promised.
That is helpful. And he takes it and rolls it up, slides it under the counter. So do we have a deal?
I've got 30 to chip in on it, Quentin. That's all I can spare.
What's the price per flower? So we know what the difference is if we can't bring back 10.
I'm sorry, that's not something I'm willing to negotiate.
I wasn't asking for negotiation.
Right. He just wants to know how much we're going to owe you if we can only bring back 9 instead of the full 10. That's all he wants to know.
More than the cost of the potions today.
So it sounds to me like when we bring you 10 back, we should get our full money back. Because we're bringing you something worth way more than what you're selling.
Roll a persuasion with disadvantage.
No, give it to us with advantage. I literally gave this guy my name and my papers. Well, give him advantage.
Second one was a 19. But 12.
You did get Gwenton's resolve.
Oh shit! Funny thing, I think I still have one already from the first time. So that's what plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that'd make it 17. Unless I can use the first one from earlier and make it 22. Yeah, math.
Listen, I'll do it for 5 Cinderbloom, and that's as low as I'll go.
We should be able to make that happen then.
Done.
How many would you like today?
We just need 2 more. And I'll stop down the other 150 gold.
He only bought 1, right?
Bishop bought... Oh, yeah, sorry. Bishop bought 1, but only got...
At 250, though.
At 250.
And you right. So
sorry, we need 3.
So a total of 400 gold, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And all of your names, including family names?
You have mine.
I have yours, thank you.
I'm Gwenton Stoutshill. If you need to know where we live, go talk to Restus. We have the old house that's on that one random street that doesn't feel like how you described it to me one time.
Do you call yourselves something to make it easier than listing off your names to Restus?
Just tell him somebody's name. He'll know who we are.
And your compatriots outside?
That would be Marsland. Do we know Marsland's last name? Does he have a last name?
Do Vidalkins have last names? I don't think Vidalkins have last names. Do they?
Nope.
Check the chat, guys. Marsland's trying to talk to you.
It was so late, though.
All right. So do you all give the names?
Yeah. Remember, it's Alzul Doff with an L. Frost.
The Bishop, you just doing Bishop, or?
I don't have technically a last name.
Right, okay. Fair enough. All right. You have your potions?
I'll give one to Justinian, and I'll walk out and give one to Oz, and I'll keep the 2 extra we got. We got.
What is this? What did you do for this?
Nothing. No worse deal than you might have made.
Drink it and find out.
Do not drink it.
No, do not drink it. Don't listen to that voice inside your head. Don't do it.
Down the
hedge. This is a potion of water breathing. I feel like we spent enough time here. Let's go to your uncle.
Do we have time for me to cast an hour-long spell or no?
You can do that on the ship.
As long as they've got a bronze brazier. Yeah, okay.
That's right.
I'm just trying to cast Find Familiar so that I have it finally done, because I haven't had the opportunity to cast it since we started.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's got to be a bronze brazier around here somewhere.
Hey, Oz, is there a bronze brazier on your ship? If not, we know there's one in there.
I'm not aware of one. I mean, can't you just purchase one at any store? I mean,
that's 500 gold to purchase a one-time use item.
What are you going to do with the brazier?
I'm going to cast Find Familiar.
You need to find somebody?
No, a familiar is a type of magical creature that will assist me in my magic.
Oh.
And it can help me spy and scout ahead for us. It could be quite useful.
So you're saying you need 500 gold?
No, I just need to use a bronze brazier for an hour, which he just said he'd let me use his in the shop.
But isn't it going to disappear?
No, it's not consumed.
No, it's not.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, you did make it sound like it was. You said a one-time use.
No. The first time you cast,
the
first time you cast Find Familiar, you have to do it in the Bronze Brazier to create the familiar. But every time you cast it after that, it only costs you the 10 gold and material components.
So where's the Bronze Brazier coming from then?
Right there in the alchemy shop that we're standing outside of.
Oh, you mean that Bronze Brazier right there?
That one right there. Do you guys have an hour and I'll meet you at the ship?
I mean, I feel like we spent an hour trying to negotiate for whatever this is here, which I'm assuming is a potion of underwater breathing, right?
Yes.
She did say that.
Oh, okay, good. I'm sorry. I was too busy stabbing the dirt. All right. Now, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Okay. So I walk back into the shop and I hand him 10 gold for the use of the incenses and charcoal that'll be needed to cast the spell.
Okay. He has them. He hands it to you. All
right. And I will have it take the form of a hawk.
Okay, so you start casting it right there in the shop. And do you mind moving to a corner?
Oh, somewhere sure, not a problem.
Away from local business. Thank you.
Yes, not a problem. And it is cast.
1 hour later.
Yeah, 1 hour later.
What are the rest of you doing during this time? Just waiting?
Yeah, I'm actually going to say we should probably wait, because if he's new to this town, he might not know where the docks are.
That's true.
Wonder if there's any other strange requests he's going to make. Hey, does anyone have a black flask? I need to use a black flask.
Hey, my business is my own, okay?
We might find ourselves back in Smyrna anyways.
Yes.
Because none of us actually know how they mixed Gefnol and hawkweed to help delay the disease.
I'll hold up the amulet of Selune, or what is
Saloon?
Saloon? Didn't we call it something else?
Selune.
Yeah, Saloon. Okay, Selune. Thank you. And I suppose we'll be making another visit then. Okay.
They may have some already, if they are the ones that are using it to cure people or manage the cure.
Mm-hmm. That's something we haven't considered, is how long is it going to take to make these potions or concoctions to slow it down or even cure us?
Well, hopefully it does take.
Drisk had results fairly quickly.
No. Well, good. Good. All right. Well. Justinian, are you done?
Yep.
Oh.
Walk out. Have a hawk on my arm. There you go, guys.
What?
What does a hawk look like? What color is it?
It'll be brown, and it'll have a little splotch of white feathers that is shaped like the broken sword on its belly.
Okay.
All right.
You feel better now that you have your bird?
I do. Because I can now see from its eyes and hear from its ears. So I can use it to scout ahead for us if need be.
We're going to be on a ship.
Not the whole time.
Fine. Well. Anything else? Anything else that's...
Nope, I am ready to go.
No, not just everybody. I'm going to look at everybody else. Are we good?
After you.
I have been hankering for some of that hard bread you were talking about. Just kidding.
No. Bishop. Yes. Well, off to the Silver Docks.
I
What?
do have something I would like to pick up in the West Shards at the other potion shop. The bubbling pot. I do realize it's a bit of a walk.
I don't have a problem. Anybody have a... Can we use the bird to scout ahead?
Throw him up the air.
Maybe
He has no idea where he's going. Just
I know where the silver docks are, right?
Yeah.
How about I go with Marsden to go get this item while you three go to the docks to start getting the ship ready?
I'm sure they'll be fine. I'd rather not be there longer than I need to. I will accompany you to the wherever it is you need to go.
Let's get going.
And off we go to another potion shop. A better potion shop.
Day 3.
Right?
Let me update the counter.
But why is that 7?
Let me move you over there. Because I can.
Zoop. Oh, it's way over there.
Yes. Told you it took a bit to get over there. You walk inside the bumbling pot. There's a minotaur there working away, kind of adjusting his eyeglasses as he works. Oh, I did not see you there.
Good morning. Do you remember me?
And a fine morning to you as well. I see you have brought me some friends.
Yes, this is the rest of my traveling companions here. I think they just did some business at a competitor of yours, but I was hoping...
That is an unfortunate instance. My name is Ryder Rayburn. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Marsland just glances around everybody else standing in the shop.
Oh no, Justinian's already walked outside. No, he's sitting on the front stoop, just playing with his hawk while he's waiting.
What's his name again? Xandor Rayburn?
Ryder.
Blaylock's triple, quadruple, great kid.
I just want to make sure y'all spelled the last name right, so I'm putting it in there.
How can I help today if you've already been to Lucky Lester's?
Do you have the thing that I commissioned you for ready yet?
Are you shitting me right now?
I do. Aren't you glad you're not sick, Bishop?
I just remembered what it is. Oh my god.
Wait, none of you guys caught that when he said he had business at the other one?
And he walks back into the back room and comes out with this nice sized vial with this kind of like light yellowish looking liquid kind of sloshing around in it. Here you go, Marsland.
Exciting. Thank you. Do you have my friend's book as well?
Your friend's book? Oh, I do. And he turns around. He slowly walks back into the... He comes back out. My apologies. And gives it to you.
I take it. Thank you very much. This is very exciting. I can't wait to use it. I'll put the book into my bag carefully.
We broke Mike. Is there anything I can get for you?
I think that is all I need right now. Anybody else?
Are you telling me we came here for a book? And what is that? Another potion?
We came here for this, Oz. It's super exciting. Come here real quick. And Marsland goes up to Oz and...
What do I smell?
You smell Biblicor, old books just wafting out of this vial. It smells a lot like the library you were in when you were in old Smyrna. That it just kind of hits you in the face.
What in all the gods did you just spray me with? Is that what we came here for? Marsland, if you weren't my friend, I would commit grievous acts to your face.
Roll on the rage table.
Yes.
Doesn't it smell amazing?
Do you realize what I've done to get us a ship, and you're getting perfume?
I asked if anybody had an issue. Nobody asked me why we wanted to go.
We did not come here for something useful in helping make the cure.
I said I just said I wanted to come to this shop. Nobody protested. Nobody asked even why we were going here.
We've been traveling for
Traveling for
months.
To get over there, you've probably got like at least an hour and a half to get over there.
We've been traveling for an hour and a half to get here for your perfume of books, essence of books.
Wait, no one.
I'm going to the docks.
I
hope you accompany me to the docks.
I don't
because
know why we would have come back
the only reason we're going to the docks is because I'm leaving.
Obviously, he does not want the cure.
I love the fact that we spent 5 minutes arguing over Justinian making a scouting familiar for the party, but nobody questioned the wizard on why the hell we had to go to the
We know the wizard. We were like, oh, this must be something that's...
It is important.
It's something important.
Nobody asked because nobody knew he fucking did it to begin with.
I know. He's sneaking up to go sniff books.
Ay.
All right, where you headed?
And this is how the party died.
On shopping trips.
Oh, it looks like that guy from like the stinking the water movie, Waterworld or whatever it is. Remember the guy with the paper? Paper? Anyone got any paper?
Anybody got a books? Papers?
I'm guessing you're working your way back across town.
Yes.
Well, Oz is. I don't know what the heck everybody else is doing. They're over there smelling each other's books.
Does anybody else want a spritz of this?
No, thank you, Marsland. I appreciate the good book smell, but not today.
Are you sure it's amazing?
I appreciate it, but no, thank you.
And Marsland just on himself.
Does that even change what he smells like to the rest of us?
Yeah, I mean, he smells like old books. All right, you arrive at the Silver Docks after it's probably a good hour and 45 back. The guards step in. Oz, you get there first.
How's the Dolph Frost? We are expected, and I might have companions with me. Are they with me?
Yeah, they're coming up behind you.
These are my companions, and we are expected on the Rhyme Warden.
Do you have papers?
Did Padfoot give me any papers?
I have plenty of papers. Which kind
do you not see the mark on his forehead? What kind of papers do you want?
Did Frost give me something to come back in?
Yes,
Oh, okay. All right. I forgot about that. I didn't have that in my inventory.
Just doing an inventory check.
Yep. Gonna add that to the inventory. Here are the papers.
They look them over, and everyone else kind of joins you as they're looking over there. What in the nine hells is that awful smell?
What awful smell? I don't.
It's called education.
Oh, we were all educated, all right.
Just go on, open the gate. you pass through.
I wonder what got into those two. I didn't smell anything repulsive at all.
So you pass through, and this is a nice, like, you guys have seen the other docks, you've been there. This is way nicer. Definitely not your normal shipping lanes. And as you get to the dock area, you see the Rime Warden, and you see other ships that are extremely nice. No blemishes or flaws. There's a couple Frost Reavers kind of tooling around the docks. And you can see Colton Frost is on the ship. He's got his hands on the railing, looking out into the ocean from the back.
Okay, so is it just a plank that's connecting to the dock?
Yep. Okay. There's two Frost Reavers there, as they were the day before.
Okay. So I'll go up to the guards before the ship. We have returned. We will be ready to set sail as soon as the captain is ready.
They look you over. They take their halberds and just slam them into the deck and turn, and they both in unison walk up the plank.
Look, isn't that cute? No. And I'll follow behind him.
Okay. Everybody's following?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
All right. It's about time you joined me. I thought you were in more of a hurry, Osdolf.
We are in a hurry, and there were many things we needed to secure before our departure. And we are here. I present to you Bishop Marslin, Justinian, and Gwynton. This is Colton Frost, my uncle of House Frost.
He turns around, walks up, looks you all up and down. Quite a group you've aligned yourself with, Osdolf.
We have gone through quite a bit since we've last trained here on the ship. Yes, quite a bit indeed. I trust them with my life.
It's not every day someone walks around with a relic. And he just kind of peers over at Bishop. Where are we off to, oh great Osdolf Frost?
We're going to, what the heck is that lake called?
Candlewood Lake, I think.
To Candlewood Lake. Sandalwood Lake.
Are you sure?
No. Let me get the map up. And I'll pull out the map. That one right there. And then I'll show it to him, which clearly says Sandalwood Lake.
Well, to all of you, welcome to the Rime Warden. Shall we leave? And you see Frost Reavers kind of come out of the lower decks, and they pull up the gangplank, seal off the ship, and begin scurrying around the deck to prepare for everything. And with a few movements, you feel the Spelljammer lift up above the city, higher and higher. At this point, you're looking out, and for most of you, this has been the highest you've been above something as you begin drifting over the city, and you're able to look down.
If you're not a fan of heights, I wouldn't recommend looking overboard and going below deck.
This would be terrifying if I didn't make jumping off of cliffs into a habit all of a sudden.
Well, that's
Why
fair.
do we not have a bard right now to write a song about this? I'm thinking about something about come sail away.
I think that's copyrighted.
Marsland, is there any reaction?
I'm gonna go take a look over the edge. How far up are we at this point?
You're several hundred feet above the city.
Whoa! No, I don't like. Don't like that at all. Oh, I've never been off the ground like that.
Hey, look, I can see our house. Why is Crow outside?
Bishop, any reaction?
None at all. I just
Okay.
kind of stand there.
You're just standing in the middle of the ship, just
Yeah.
He's shut down.
and with a little
relic, you motherfucker.
Bishop's eyes glow red. It's on.
Chicken.
So, with a burst of movement, so you slowly drifted up to this height. And with a burst of movement, you feel yourself lurch forward. It's a bit unsettling for your feet. Colton Frost doesn't budge. This is something he's very familiar with as you travel southward toward Smyrna. After a while, as dusk begins to set, you can see the light showing from the ranch. I've forgotten the name.
Uh-oh.
The Stone Shell Ranch?
Stone Shell Ranch, yes.
Yeah.
Farm Shed. Sorry, my bad. Stone Shell Farm Shed.
Yes. So you see that down below you, a familiar sight.
Who would have known 40 sessions ago
How
we'd
long
be
did
such
that
good
take?
friends of Stone Shell?
How long did that take to get us over there to Stone Shell's farmhouse?
About a day.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot faster, but still takes time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So evening has set in, and Oz, as you're just kind of standing there, you hear, "Well, brother."
Hello there, Grizz. It's been a while, hasn't it?
He sets a very firm, squeezing hand onto your shoulder. "It is so nice to see you again."
Is it?
I was happy to see you made a deal to be a family again.
I did what needed to be done. There's no use running anymore. Especially when you have a clock ticking to your untimely doom. Choices, Grizz. Just like you have made, I have made choices.
That I have. But it's good to see you, nonetheless. You haven't changed a bit.
Is it? Is anyone else around?
Where are the rest of you?
I'm exactly where I was when I got him.
Bishop is all but like shut down, and he's right in the center. So I would say he's 10, 15 foot from you. Marsland, Gwenton, and Justinian, where are you at?
I am standing as close to the front of the ship as possible. Like, I'm just taking in the life of an adventurer for the first time ever.
He's the king of the world.
Yes, exactly.
Marsland's holding him.
How did I
It's your
swing
role for
one?
Jack.
Marsland, what are you doing?
Is there any like rope? Do I have rope in my own bag? Ooh, I should check that.
I would imagine so.
Okay. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna take some of the rope that I have, and I'm gonna tie it around my waist, and then tie it to. I'm assuming there's gonna be something along the edge, like some.
Yeah, there's
tie-down
railing.
point.
Yep.
I'm gonna just like anchor myself to the boat, and then I am going to. Are there any like barrels that I could sit on?
There are barrels around, yeah. There's not many.
Okay.
The ship is very, very nice.
I'm gonna find something that I can sit on, like at the edge of the ship, looking over, and I'm gonna be studying the lay of the land and filling in my maps that I have of this island. And I've never had such a vantage point to get a detailed layout, so I'm gonna be taking advantage of that.
Okay, sure. Gwenton.
I'd probably be wandering around the ship.
Okay, you're just walking around. There is lower decks, so you can go down there and explore. And I mean, there's rooms and beds and mess halls and all that stuff.
Look at this beam. There's no crack in this beam.
Yeah, a lot better than the last ship you were on.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the only one within range, Oz, is Bishop.
Well, Grizz, did you even fight? Or did you just accept?
Sometimes it's much easier just to accept your fate and take your power and seat next to greater power.
You know, you could have told me.
I could have. But Oz, you knew. You always held back. You could have been great. You could have taken us all. You could have led this. But you ran. You're weak. You still are.
Am I? I feel stronger now than I ever have been. But that freedom is now at an end. So now we are equals again.
Oh, Oz. We'll never be equals. I'll always be one step ahead. 1 mile higher. Always. Faster, stronger, better than you. But I appreciate your optimism.
You've changed.
Have I?
Quite a bit.
Or did you change? You gave up. You gave up everything.
Freedom was more important to me.
Power is the most important. And as power grows, you get everything else. The freedom, it's all there.
I don't understand.
You never did.
So, what have you been doing? Besides looking for me?
Being so immensely heartbroken at the loss of my brother. We visit places. We build our personal army.
Why? Could never get an answer from Uncle. Why?
One can't be too careful, Oz. You know that.
Well, I met with another one of Uncle's lackeys in the forest. And he appears to be running the show in Kandor's Keep for Caldera.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Really? He spoke very highly of the Frostweavers. I figured you would know him.
Who wouldn't?
Well, I'm frantically trying to pull up lore dumps so that I can get that little son of a gun's name. Okay.
So, I hear you've tapped into a new ability, a new power. Am I correct?
Something that Uncle kind of brought out in me.
I wouldn't think
training, quote unquote.
I wouldn't think Uncle Frost would bring the power for you to lose your dick.
Funny.
Maybe you can show me. How'd you do such a wonderful trick? We haven't had a lady on board for a while.
Wow.
I'm not sure what you're alluding to.
Bishop just slightly.
I thought this was a family-friendly show.
No.
Slightly turns his head towards the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And if Oz wants to make a perception.
Beep.
Five.
That's a nat one. No, that's a nat one.
Oh, nat one?
Wait,
Okay.
it's passive perception?
It is really dark.
Yep.
My
Okay.
eyes flash red a little bit.
Okay.
Just
Just-
looking ahead.
Just like
Yeah.
Okay.
We've gone up the different paths, Grizz. And
Yes. As Uncle says, it seems you've dug up an old relic. What's that cost you in maintenance for the year?
you mean my friend Bishop?
You named it. How adorable.
That relic, as you say, has saved my hide more times than I can count.
That doesn't speak well for you, does it?
Hmm?
And then, of all things, a dwarf? Filthy.
Another friend. You know, you should open your eyes. There's more to these other humanoid races than just elves.
I don't
Something
think so.
Uncle never taught us.
I mean, one of your friends smells. Do they never bathe, or is that just something you've passed on to them with your friendship?
I'm not sure what you're alluding to. I mean, one smells like books because he reads. It's something I'm not very fond of, but he enjoys it. Any other judgments you want to cast on
Oh, I have
people
plenty.
that I've been? Well, I'd appreciate it if you kept them to yourself.
We'll always have time to talk, brother. Maybe I
was
can
hoping our
convince you
conversation
to.
would be more meaningful.
Maybe I can convince you to
Should
wake
cough
up.
on-
Do what?
I'm awake. What? I think he said something about a cough button.
I said you should cough on him.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, and he turns around and he kind of puts a hand on you, Bishop. I'm sure it's time to oil your friend. Wouldn't want him getting rusty. The air is wet up here. And his hand slides off as he walks away. And Quentin, you come up the stairs as he's coming down, Move, dwarf.
You're tall. Just step over me.
I just might.
Bishop, if you overheard that, then I apologize. He is changed.
I just stay quiet.
Yep. I'll move over to Quentin. Quentin, how are you holding up?
Hey, how are you holding up? I think being back on your uncle's ship's probably about the worst thing you could have imagined.
Well, I didn't ever care to return, honestly. I've spent many hours training on this ship. I've spent too many hours at the helm. No, I did not care to come back to this ship, but circumstances, Quentin, circumstances.
Oh, I can understand circumstances, but hate to say I told you so, but I did tell you you'd eventually have to face this. I'm glad to see you haven't raged out at anybody up here, though.
Quentin, this was my choice.
Choice, being led by a god.
I don't see that. I see time ticking away, and I see that this was the only means to rid ourselves of whatever it is that we caught below Candor's Keep.
I mean, we know what we caught below Candor's Keep, and you do have my thanks for doing this so we can travel as fast as we can.
I don't want to see anyone suffer what you suffered.
I can agree. I don't think Marsden would do very well without hands. He wouldn't be able to read his books anymore.
Yeah, well, that would be a shame, wouldn't it? I could see him as a little twitching Vidalcan. Do I know he's a Vidalcan? Yeah, I know he's a Vidalcan.
He's made that.
I just don't think I've ever said Vidalcan before. A little twitching Vidalcan, unable to read books, or maybe having Lomar turn the pages for him.
Lomar would also have to keep spraying him with his little bottle.
But yes, the past did catch up to me. Or I stopped.
You did. You stopped running. Which takes a lot to do.
It needed to be done.
Hey now, we have not slept. That should not be a 3 yet.
No, we did.
No, you will be here soon, so...
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this goes as painless as possible, and then we're just gathering herbs.
In a perfect world, that would be fantastic. However, we all know there. Well, Justinian doesn't know, but we all know there's a really big fish in there, and this boat might be big enough for it.
From what I recall, that fish would do some damage to this boat.
So we need a bigger ship still.
I think we need a bigger boat.
Damn it! Do you know? I think we should turn it in for the night.
We don't need a bigger boat. We need to figure out where these herbs are without being fish food. Again.
Honestly, we should speak to Scutus in the morning. If he's always out there, he might know exactly where these herbs are. He might not know what they're called.
I think if we came up to Scutus's house, that poor turtle may have a heart attack.
I don't know. Something tells me he's seen some stuff.
No, he has.
I'm pretty sure he saw this sitting over his lake now.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how close we were. Like,
it doesn't matter. We're a big fucking object in the middle of the sky.
But like, you didn't hover above his place. Like, you passed it. Like, it's. You're still moving forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say Justinian, you're going to be getting tired and coming down.
Who's manning the ship?
One of the Frost Reavers.
Who's steering? All right. Well, Gwynton, do you think we should talk with Scutus?
It may not hurt. The more information we have for this lake, the better chances are of us finding it.
And we see ourselves passing over the farmhouse.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit behind you at this point because of the conversations, but it's still within sight range.
Yeah, Frost Reaver. Yes, you at the helm.
He's just ignoring you, looking forward.
You might need to talk to your uncles. I could probably jump off and get there quicker.
You are a stubborn lot. And I'll go and I'll look for my uncle.
You find him. He's got his own quarters where you met him earlier, so that'd be the first place you would check.
Yep. We'd like to make an abrupt stop, if possible.
Did you go in, or are you saying this from outside?
Oh, I'm going to him. Yeah.
Okay, so you walk in.
Is his door shut?
It's shut. Yeah.
Oh, well, then I'll knock on the door.
Don't be polite.
Yes.
Yes.
Uncle, if you don't mind, we would like to stop here over this farmstead. The local
Scutus?
The local Scutus. You know Scutus. Good.
Who doesn't know Scutus?
He may know where we can better find this herb that we need.
Very well. Turn the ship around. Land at the farmstead. Marsland, you feel the ship lurch as it begins turning, and like you're steadying yourself. Justinian, yeah, you're feeling it turn as it drifts. Overall, this is significantly smoother of a ride than any ship that you've been on. This is pretty nice. After a bit, the ship slowly descends. You can kind of see some of the farmhands coming out and kind of looking at this massive dark object that's landing in their front yard.
Is there a ladder to come down?
Yeah, they've got things, ladders and things to get down, and it just kind of sits and hovers there above the ground as it stops. By all means.
Thank you.
But we won't be taking off anymore this evening. I guess we'll moor here for the evening.
That's
very well.
Rest now.
Well, we are going to talk with Scutus.
Knock yourself out.
Now, I suppose, would you care to join us, Uncle?
Why, it would be my honor.
Fine. Let's do it together. And I'll start making my way down to the ladder to get down.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Following.
Likewise.
Okay. Bishop, are you still frozen in rage?
So since I've pretty much done my long rest for the evening, I'm going to investigate the ship.
Okay. Sure. Quentin?
I'm going to be going down since it's my idea to stop.
Okay. So everybody but Bishop. All right. You all go down, as well as Colton. And You approach the door. As you do, Scutus comes out. Well, I didn't think I'd see you again.
We're running into you quite often, Scutus.
That's for sure, but look at that. A flying boat. How's it going, Colton? Scutus, a pleasure.
Scutus, I see you've met my uncle, Big Fish, Frost here. That's and hoping he gets the reference from the story they told.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do say I do know him from a bit back.
Well,
everyone's welcome here. What can I do for you?
We had a question for you, Scutus. You know that's like pretty well, right? After all, you've lived there forever.
I like to think so, since I was just a hatchling.
We are looking for a herb, and I'll describe to him Gefnol. It was a seaweed-looking item that has flowers that bloom in oranges purple. We're wondering if you know anywhere in this lake that might be.
Why, sure. Sometimes I reel some up. Not very often. It's usually out in the deeper waters.
Of course it is.
It's not too surprising it's on the deeper. Where would you say our best chance of getting it would be?
Best chance? Just north of smack dab of middle.
You got that, Quentin?
You got a map? I'll point to it.
Sure. Pull up the map.
You look.
I'm gonna assume it's around here above the W.
That's exactly where it is, right above that W.
About how deep would you say it is there?
I don't know, maybe 100 feet.
100 feet.
That is, if you don't get down into the trench or anything. That goes deep afterwards.
Oh, good. Well, sorry, we're not going to have any time to do any fishing today, Scutus.
There's always the morning.
Any tips for avoiding the local wildlife?
Well, if you don't have nuts in your pocket, the squirrels will leave you alone.
Martha, Scutus has never seen anything bigger than the fish he's caught in this lake.
But I've caught some whoppers.
On a small strand of hope. Potentially what evades the small fish would work on the larger ones.
Imagine if you're in the water and there's a big fish. I mean, you can noodle it.
I can what?
You wiggle your fingers around, make it look like a little worm, and when they bite down, you grab a hold of their mouth and pull them right out of the water. It's fun times.
Whoa. You guys are using your fingers.
Well, I mean, some have other options, but I don't recommend it.
Also not recommend them?
I'm not sure what you're alluding to, Scutus. More fingers?
Mind flares.
Well, thank you, Scutus. Well,
sure, we'll be talking to you again later.
Yes, since we have come unannounced, we will go back to the ship to rest.
Well, you're more than welcome to stay. I mean, I'd love to have you. I got some hunter stew on, as you know. Same pot.
Is this the same hunter stew that we had before?
Well, yeah, that's what hunter stew is.
Well, I would happily take some more hunter stew.
Every day, you just add a little more, add a little water, add a few things, and it just kind of never stops cooking.
So it's the same hunters. Oh, it is the same hunter stew.
Yeah, my grandpappy started it a while ago.
Was 700 years old?
I'm sorry, did you all grow up rich or something? Because Hunter Stew's kind of a staple where I'm from, too.
Well, it beats moldy bread, that's for sure.
That's the spirit.
Well, Uncle, you're welcome to join us.
Yeah, come on in, Colton.
I'm the fucking side.
I'm actually gonna head back to the ship and find a room to stay in.
I'll be heading back to my quarters. I appreciate the offer, Scootis. Oh, you're heading back? Let me walk with you. Gwenton, is it?
Yep, it is Quentin.
Anyone else? Well, I'll see you when you're ready to leave.
Thank you, Uncle.
Are you doing anything? Or are you just going in and eating and going to bed?
Yeah, that'll be it. We'll not be disclosing our current predicament to Scootus.
Okay. Bishop, you wander around the ship. The first thing you know is that it's not just a few Frost Reavers that are here. As you walk around and recognize faces and things looking around, there's probably about 10 of them in the crew itself that's keeping the ship running. Some of them you hadn't seen before. There's this being a different kind of ship, there's operations that take place in a lower deck that keep it fueled or whatever. Is there anything specific you're looking for, or just taking it all in?
I'm just kind of looking at seeing how the ship works.
Okay.
Weaknesses.
You see several rooms. Opening the door on one, they're very comfortable rooms. This is no expenses were spared for this, so it just it's very nice. You work through. There's a nice mess hall, a nice kitchen. You can see folks working that and producing food. You go down into the boiler room of sorts, and you notice a lot of it's what there is of like steam kind of keeps the ship warm. They pipe the steam from some of it into the rooms, keeps it feeling nice and comfortable on cold days. But there's a lot of like crystal magic at work that makes this work in general. You can see several crystals like just spinning rapidly around. The hull itself is pretty stout and sturdy compared to other ships you've been. There's not leaks or boards bending up. It's nice.
Is there anybody guarding Colton's room?
Well, so Colton's room is on the main deck, just below the guiding wheel, and there's always some at least 2 Frost Reavers on the deck at all times.
And then I'll just go back to where I was standing before.
Okay. After a few moments, you see... Gwenton, do you want to say anything to Colton as you're walking back?
Nope. Just stare at him.
Okay.
Meat mug that motherfucker.
You just...
I would kick your shins so hard right now.
Their shins are everything I can kick, but I'll do it.
So Bishop, you see Colton and Gwenton enter the ship. And Colton looks at you. The quarters are downstairs.
Imagine I saw them when I was down there earlier looking around. Snoopy. Okay. Thank you, Colton. I'll be able to find them. Bishop, the other three stayed at Scootus for more of his famous not hunters, hunter scoop. Soup.
Stew.
Whatever. They're all the same thing at this point in time.
So you're heading down and sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Bishop doesn't say anything.
Colton walks over to you. Colton walks over to you, Bishop. Well, look at you. And he's looking you over. You seem to be in quite a state of repair for your apparent age. Am I to understand you can speak as well?
When I have company worthy enough to speak to.
And look at the personality. I don't believe that was standard in your model.
And you would know this how?
I know a lot of things.
I'm sure you think you do.
We'll see. Everything has value.
I will not let you hurt Ozeldorf.
Oh, who said I would hurt him? He's just a beloved family member that we thought had passed years ago, and now he's back in our care.
I go silent.
Wrench got your tongue?
I believe you have lied to yourself so long that you think it is true.
He steps away a moment. And you believe that your technology is still relevant?
I'm still here, aren't I?
For now. And he turns and walks into his quarters and closes the door behind him. Any conversations to have before you rest for the evening?
Well, I'm already downstairs, so it'd be those three.
Justinian?
Are you planning on staying here tonight, Marzelin and Oz, or are we heading back to the ship?
I've spent enough time on that ship.
Marcelin?
Makes me slightly uneasy up there. I think I'd rather keep my feet planted firmly on the ground. I'll keep Oz company.
Fair enough. Oz, if I may speak with you outside before I head back to the ship.
No. First, thank you, Marslin. Second, yes, Justinian. I'll go outside.
How can I hit the hay? I'll see y'all in the morning.
Yes. Thank you, Scootus, as always, for your hospitality and your wonderful stew. What will you do if we eat all of the stew?
You never can eat all of a hunter's stew.
I'll pull out a carrot and a bit of salted pork from my bag and hand him some, and I'll be like, for tomorrow's portions.
Sounds great. And he leaves.
So as soon as we get outside, I'll turn to Oz and I'll look him up and down for a second, and I'll be like, You know, Oz, you're a much better person than you give yourself credit for, and you're twice the man that your brother or your uncle could ever hope to be.
Justinian, I appreciate it, but I don't know you. How can you make such an assertion?
Not only are you risking your life to save your friends and a stranger, but you're willing to sell yourself for the rest of your life into the servitude of someone that you despise for the benefit of the world. That is a truly selfless act. And if the gods are truly looking over us, I hope they find a way for you to get out of this.
I, Justinian, chose to go back to my uncle. And that choice is something that I will bear. And I hope that you will one day come to know Quentin and Marslin and Bishop as well as I do. And you would be you would have made the same decision.
Well,
I am nobody special. I'm a coward who ran away from his uncle and then returned because of friendship.
And that is a courageous act. And
sure,
on behalf of the others, I and myself, I thank you for it. Good night, Oz. And I walk away.
You stare out the lake for a while.
You're walking away, like going inside to the bed, or?
No, I'm heading back to the ship.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You're just gonna stare out at the water and stuff?
Yeah, I'll just stare at the water for a bit until it's nappy nap time.
Okay. Bishop, you see Justinian coming up onto the ship. If you wanted to do anything.
Currently nothing.
Okay.
Sleeping out under the stars tonight, Bishop?
As quietly as I possibly can. Just keeping an eye.
Well, good night to you, Bishop. And I'll go to try to find my private quarters.
You find some. Settle into them. And rest. All of you sleep well. Oz,
do you get those temporary hit points?
Not that well.
Damn.
Something about sleeping in the ship of someone, it's a bit unnerving, so to speak.
What about Oz and I that are comfy, cozy in a farmer's hut?
It's on the big spoon.
Oh.
Settling well.
I'll be nice and warm and cozy with all the fur.
Marslin, you smell. Goodness.
AFK.
Okay. 1 second. All right. You awaken, Oz. You awaken first as Scootus, all kitted out in fishing gear, is walking down the steps. Morning.
Look around. Are we the first awake?
Well, of course we are.
Good.
Gotta get up before the chickens start crowing.
Yes, and that is your want. I will join you.
Oh, let's fish out some Gefnol.
So
I think I got a big bag of weeds here.
I was hoping you'd say that. And he pulls up another fishing pole that was there on the deck, and let's go.
Thank you. Yes. Ouch. I don't remember that rock being there. Well, how do you know Colton Frost?
Doesn't take long to know someone like Colton. He comes around, visits sometimes. He's not a pleasant man.
You've got the cut of his Jim. Yes.
But everybody's got a good spot in him somewhere, even if it's buried down below in a pit of thorns and razor sharp rocks and rocks on top of the dirt and at the bottom of an ocean inside of them. It's still there somewhere.
You may be right. I haven't seen it, that's for sure. But he has been very generous with helping my party and I. So
he does like to be generous, that's for sure. He typically generously dumps the excrement from his ship over my fields when the time serves right. It's just unfortunate for those working at the time.
I suppose it would be nice if he warned you first.
I think he just has a mean streak.
I wonder if you've offended him in some manner. Or maybe he just doesn't like turtles. I know that racism runs high amongst my people.
I don't think he likes anyone but elves.
Yeah, that's true. So, we meet here again.
Yeah, we do.
I do hope that we can do so again.
I hope you've been schooling with the other fish.
I have. I am not running, and I am joined them. Yes.
That's good. It was
wise. It was wise.
Well, let's see what we can pull up today.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show you up this time. Don't you worry about that, Scootus. Because I'm getting better at this.
Sure you are. All of you, minus Bishop, though, as you wake up in the morning, you're starting to feel off.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have this all listed out. But you're still functional, but it's like when you're getting that head cold and you feel it coming, you know something's not right.
We're gonna die.
What do you want to do? Are you gathering with Bishop? Bishop, you're up before everyone else. Are you doing anything special, or are you just a statue?
Like I said, I'm counting the people on the ship. I'm trying to see if there's any kind of like rhythm to like shift changes. I'm just trying to be as informative of what goes on this ship as possible.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
None of them like me. 14.
Okay. Yeah. You're just are you taking time to, like, every so often you just kind of shift the direction that you're sitting, just kind of spinning there?
Well, I'm just standing there, so yeah, it's one of those, like, you'll see my head kind of like subtly move.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The rest of you wake up, gather with Bishop on the deck. Oz, you're of course out fishing with Scutus. Justinian, you come downstairs and see all the farmhands eating a healthy breakfast that they've prepared.
Oh, I went back to the ship.
Oh, did you go? Oh, yeah, you did go back to the ship. Okay.
Marcelin and Oz were at the...
Yeah, so Marcelin, you see the breakfast prepared. They just kind of nod at you while you come down.
I'll go grab some breakfast and try and find... Can I see out a window that Oz and Scotus are fishing?
If you actively look, you can see him way down there.
All right. Yeah, I'd take a peek like, oh, where are they? I'll grab my breakfast and go down to the shore where they are.
Okay. You start heading that way as the sun begins to rise to the east, warming you as you stand outside, even though there's a slight chill that runs through your body as you enter the third day of contracting, and that's where we'll end tonight. Oh man, I did not know where tonight was going to go. Okay, I got that, Quentin.
Day 3, and we already have symptoms.
Not symptoms, you're just feeling off.
It was one night for you.
Yeah.
He was coughing like the next day.
Yeah. He was coughing. I mean, he was losing limbs.
So, yeah. Well, thank you all for hanging out tonight. That was fun. We see the death counter there. 3 days. They are going to go fast when you consider travel times.
Mm-hmm.
So, game plans for sure. Thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate you stopping by, hanging out with us for some D&D. We will be back Wednesday for the official, unofficial pre-show show to Banter and Babble at we usually go live around 6:37, and then we'll take you right into Banter and Babble at 9 o'clock. I don't know what we're going to be playing. I would like to guess, but I haven't really touched anything since this weekend, so we'll figure something out. If you have a game you'd like to play with us, stop on over to the Discord and let us know. And if we can do it, we will try to do it, unless it's Fortnite. Not Ark. It won't be Ark.
Labyrinthine.
Wait, did Ark even come out? The new one?
No.
Oh.
Ark is a lie.
Yeah. It is. Yes. Yes, Cherry. I will get him a channel point bonus, but it may be a little bit because we got to see what kind of quirk Justinian has. Everybody else's kind of hits their quirk, so we want to make sure that whatever we have for Justinian fits Justinian. But we will get him. We will get him a quirk. Well, hurry up. Well, how am I can't hurry it up. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we got to get done. A lot of the artwork and stuff you see took us weeks before we started this campaign to get it going. It's not an overnight thing.
Not only that, but I don't make it easy either. I don't answer questions straight away.
It took like 6 days to accept the agreement. It's no, we're all busy and we're working. We know we got to get done. As always, don't forget to check out Half-Ass Beer Review for those the stuff, the shenanigans from this weekend. It'll be great. I'm gonna check that out in the morning for sure. And always Midland Mall Comic Con. We're gonna keep bringing that up. We're in that season. It comes up quick. March 2nd and 3rd, 10 a.m. to 6, Saturday and Sunday. You don't want to miss it. It is a lot of fun, and you can talk to the folks here. You can talk to Fanboy Tone. It is busy, and we were swamped. It was like crowds. Justin, you were there. You saw it. We were loaded.
And 2 days, even if you're not sitting at the booth every hour that you guys are, 2 days is it's really tough to get around and see everything there is to see.
Yeah.
Even if you're not busy at a booth.
There was so many people there last year compared to the year before. I mean, it doubled, tripled in the amount of people.
If it doubles again, we're in trouble. So, thankfully, and a shout out to my wife and Quentin's wife. They showed up as our booth babes, and they really helped handle the traffic and talk to people. And we had a really interesting visitor. Like I said, it could have been, someone who was related to the original D&D folks. But they were doing a great job at taking care of that. So, we had a whole staff.
To stop at our store.
Yeah, we're gonna have stuff there, and hopefully maybe we'll have a new shirt by then. We might put up something new. I don't know. I was just thinking about that the other day.
We're sporting the hats right there.
Yeah. He's got.
And then don't forget, we got Christmas coming up, but we have a Christmas shirt, which was really well done. I don't have it on right now, but
the shirt will be coming back into the store. It's been out for a while, so that'll be coming back into the store. And any other kind of, I've been getting some ideas for some other new things. The hat, let me tell you, that hat's freaking durable. I wear it often, and it holds up. So should have the party dressed as Ghostbusters. I'd like to. But I don't have the cash for that. Because, you got to go all in. You can't do this inflatable backpack. You need the $800 backpack. That's not happening. Yeah. But, as always, we appreciate you coming in. Thank you for stopping by. But, until next time, we'll see you in the dungeon.
End is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, that's a mantra. Keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, I'm a monster. The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, yeah that's a mantra. I keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, yo I'm a monster, turn it up. What you know about the final boss? I got him trying to buy time with the sign of the cross. I redefine high crime and the meaning of loss. I'm off hip, but I body like I'm playing lacrosse. Beat to the EG, I'm keeping them queasy. I make it seem easy, acknowledge me. I've been demolishing your cities, I'm astonishingly sleazy. I'm the big bad, y'all must be the cast. I'm killing a master, villain, a blast, a disaster. Really a rap bastard, willing to rap fast for the masses. I ravage all races and classes. Savage, I can't stop myself. Thinking of all the ways I can top myself. On God, I can move like a devil. I hope you and your squad are ready for the last level that ends here. The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, that's a mantra. Keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, I'm a monster.
Sounds like you're getting ready to just dive off the shore and go right from here. No, it's on land. It's above the land, just kind of floating there.